Talk it up, talk it up, talk it up. What's happening, everyone? You already know what it is. The Fantasyland football live stream. I was going to say podcast for a quick second. Fantasyland football
You already know
podcast.
what it is. Let me remember what this is.
What is it?
Yes, it's a live stream.
It's a live stream, yeah. Let us know if you can hear us all right. You can see Blaze here. She's having a good old time. Just classic.
What's up, y'all?
If you know what it is, we're going live. That means Blaze is going to have some fun. I don't know.
She always decides to get wild during the live streams.
At this very moment. But today we have a PPR mock draft for the 2022 season. Make sure you like this video or this live stream,
Yes,
as you can see in the chat.
As you find your way in, drop the like. You can see we're going to keep doing this until we hit 50 likes on whatever stream, whatever platform. So right now, me and Badaki, every time we go live, whether it's on this channel or the Dynasty channel, we're swapping who has to do this punishment. But you'll see there's a poll in the chat. And if we hit 50 likes, this one I said 60. I meant to say 50. If we hit 50 likes, one of us has to do. We're just gonna keep alternating each live stream. Right now it's me. Okay.
Yeah.
So, chill. If you don't want to like it, it's okay. You don't have to like this one. Just like the next one when Badaki's up. Rock Lee, like Brock Lee, is in. He says, "Smash that like button." What's up, my guy? What's up, Gator? Cole World 7 says, "We need this man to eat dog food. It's a must."
It's a must, actually, though. It's a must for everyone.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I woke up today and I replied to the leaks. There's a account that I follow that covers Washington football content, right?
Right.
And he basically said, "Oh, the name is going to be Commanders," and I just replied very genuinely and said, "I don't understand why people are excited about this name."
Commanders are
and
shit,
then I gave reasons as to why, and let's just say Twitter beef started. Some people are not happy that I'm expressing my opinion. Others are agreeing. Twitter trigger fingers, But anyway, it is what it is. I mean, people are going to express their opinions. I am going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to record content of my reaction, okay, of the Washington name reveal. Should it be a video that I release, which would be a shorter form content, like a 10-minute reaction video? Or should I just go live? Because I believe the announcement is going to be 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be midnight for us. So I could go live.
Wait, midnight tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I'm down. I'm down to actually go live with you.
You want to go live?
If you want, and then we can react together, because you'll probably get upset and I'll just laugh at your face, which is a bad friend.
Well, will you guys join us if I go live? That's 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in America. Would you guys join us, or would you rather just watch that content later? Let us know what you want, and I'll also post this in Discord, because whatever people want is what I want to do. Everyone's curious my reaction, and I just want to give you the most raw reaction possible.
Yeah, you know what you should do? You should put that in the Discord. You should type that in the Discord right now.
I'm gonna use a poll.
Yeah, do a poll. I think that would be really funny.
Yeah,
in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Okay, so TJ Gamer says, "I'm having a trade going back and forth in my league. This guy wants Javonte from me. He offered AJ Brown, Michael Carter, and the 105 for Javonte Renfro and my 112. Should I accept or counter?" Oh, that's an intriguing one. Without going into depth or going into detail. He offered,
I think
AJ Brown, Michael Carter, and the 105. And now the question is, do you prefer an elite wide receiver or elite running back? Because if you prefer elite wide receiver, then
the question is, as well,
AJ Brown, you could probably get maybe a higher pick, but
I think the question is, for me, is who do you like somebody in this draft better than AJ Brown? Because I think we can both agree that we would rather have Javonte Williams and Michael Carter. So then, if you do get the 1.5, if you do get the 1.5 in return, are you thinking of a Treylon Burks? Are you thinking of a Drake London? Do you think their value can exceed?
At that point,
can exceed AJ at the 1.5? I think maybe one of those.
No way. I don't think Burks will be there.
He's
going to be gone the first
whoever
three.
you think, maybe Chris Olave or maybe, Garrett Wilson, if you think they're at the value of AJ Brown and what he can be, or his full potential. I don't know. Obviously, that's all going to be based on where they get drafted. So maybe you wait until after the draft and then maybe you'll pull that trigger. Who knows? Depending on when your draft is. As well.
So let's do what we're here to do. This is a redraft mock. Okay, so we are mocking today as if it is a 2022 season. It really is for fun. It's just to see where boards would fall at this point. And obviously things are going to change, but we're doing this for fun. We're doing this just to hang out and enjoy fantasy. So this will be a 2022 redraft PPR mock. So let's go to the screen.
Yeah.
And anyone is welcome to join. If you're watching this later or if you're watching this live, there is a comment pinned either in the description or in the comment box with a link to our Discord. And that Discord is where we're going to send out all of our links to join these mock drafts. So that's where you would want to join. So I'm going to paste a link here, link to join today's mock.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, people.
Let me just open up another tab just so I can see.
Bang, there it goes.
And stuff. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
So we got people joining in already.
We got Tebow fan. We got 7. We got out season. We got
1,
Super
2,
Team.
3, 4, 5 spots left at this point. Now
Dante,
we've got 4.
Cold World. This goes
3
Jade
spots
in there.
left.
JJ
2
Short.
spots left.
Ooh.
2 spots left. 1 spot left. Oh,
No,
there's
2 spots.
sorry.
They
2.
just moved.
2 spots left, guys. 2 spots left to get into this draft.
Yeah, redraft is not as
Almost
fast
full.
right now here. It's okay. Okay. Dynasty taking over. I see you.
You don't believe it. You don't believe
I
it.
didn't say I don't believe it. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, Rockley says it's nice to switch it up. 7 said he'd listen. He'd be at work. Also got a lot of practice in best ball. Yeah, maybe we should do some best ball mocks as we get closer to the season.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we have 2 spots left still at this point, but let me go through the settings of
one more spot in there. One more spot left.
Oh, is it one left? No, there's still 2, my guy.
My bad. He keeps moving back and forth. I'm getting confused. It goes Jacob.
Now there's
one
one
more
spot left. So this is a PPR redraft mock. We are mocking this for 2022. It's just for fun, kind of to see where players would fall now if we were to mock for 2022.
Yeah.
Your roster is 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers. Some people do 3. We have 2 flexes instead. Okay, 1 tight end, and then you got your bench spots. So that's kind of the format that we're looking at today. And we have 1 spot left. Bet you this is gonna get filled up if I tag everyone.
Did you not
1
tag
spot
everyone
left.
in the initial drop of the link?
I did, but I didn't with the second time when I told people there was 2 spots left.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
Raven, if you're on here, you can still join. I know. Raven was talking that he said he wanted to be in the draft, and then
Well, there it goes. We're filled up.
He had a chance. All right, we are filled up. Raven, if you're watching, just DM us, my man. LA says, any chance in the future you guys do best ball mock on Underdog? It's definitely something that we can do if enough people are interested in doing a best ball mock. I enjoy best ball, but I guess the point of it is more just to mock and pay like $1, to be a part of that best ball league. And you kind of just forget about it. So,
wait, Zach, have you?
I get it.
Have you seen? Sorry, I'm just on Twitter. Have you seen like that aerial shot of the Washington field where they're zooming in? They're like zooming in, and it says like Washington Commanders. Have you seen that?
No, does it really?
I'm gonna send you that link right now.
Oh, God.
That Twitter. It's literally I guess a helicopter, and it's just zooming in slowly, and it says Commanders. It is. Here's a video.
Oh no.
Well, it's official now.
I'm watching this video right now.
It's 18 seconds. That's the field.
Oh my God.
It's you get a sneak peek right now in the reaction.
How terrible are we at keeping this name under wraps? Oh my God. Well, what can you do? Let's try and move on so I don't cry in this mock draft. Let's get it started. 60 seconds on the clock. We will then change to 30 seconds, and I'm just gonna try and compress my emotions.
That was
pretend like it
that was
doesn't matter.
That was
It's fine.
an hour ago, 59 minutes ago. It says.
Oh my gosh. You wouldn't think if you have the entire branding in your stadium, you wouldn't think maybe to close the blinds. That wouldn't have been in the thought process. You're doing a big massive reveal for a massive sports team. You didn't think maybe someone could look through the window?
Greg's trolling here, right? You're trolling here, right, Greg? It's okay.
Greg.
You're trolling.
Alvin Kamara won.
Okay.
All right.
See, this is why I chose the one. This is why I chose the 1.3 because, I mean, this can be a very real option.
How did Kamara go 1?
I mean, do I want CMC or do I want to take Austin Eckler maybe there? I can do CMC, Austin Eckler. I mean, you can have an argument for a Najee Harris there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you go with Austin Eckler. I think top 5 running back PPR guys. PPR mock draft, right?
Yeah.
Let's see Austin Eckler.
I think I know the next 2 running backs that will be off the board, or maybe someone does go wide receiver this early. Who knows? But I think I do know.
There goes Harris.
Yeah, I thought it would be Derrick Henry and Najee Harris off the board next.
Well, this is interesting because this is also hard.
Yeah, this is difficult. Do I go CMC or do I avoid that scenario altogether and put my trust in, let's say, Dalvin Cook? I think I feel better about Dalvin Cook this year than I do about CMC. As crazy as that sounds.
There's another guy that I think you should have taken there.
I don't. I would rather have Cook over Mixon personally.
Right. I mean,
I don't.
I like him.
I do. I personally see the offense changing a little bit next year.
Okay.
But Mixon wouldn't be the wrong pick either. Just depends on your preference at this point. All right, and we see the first wide receiver off the board, which is Cooper Kupp.
The 1.7, essentially where kind of Devontae Adams was last year, 7, 8, 9, or anywhere after the 7th. Interesting.
7 said, good pick. I was going to take Eckler if JT was gone.
Thanks, brother. Great minds think alike. I mean, Greg
Great minds think alike. Greg.
What a great mind there. Jokes. Just all bands, hey.
All right, Cooper Kupp off the board. Now let's see. Is Cooper Kupp someone that you're comfortable taking at the 1.7?
No, not yet. I think if I'm towards the end of for example, I'm at the 110, 11, 12, I'm still going to take a running back. I'm still going to take a running back first, and then maybe if Cooper Kupp comes around, I'll take Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, maybe a Justin Jefferson, depending on how the board's looking. But in a redraft, I'd love to go running back heavy. That is my motto. I've always done that. I switched it up last year, and it didn't get me anywhere. So I'm going back to that this year.
Debo at the 110.
But people, people love the wide receiver. They love to stack on wide receivers and bank on these younger guys.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, look, if a running back that you don't love if there's not a running back you love on the board, yeah, go elite wide receivers. I do think it's really important to go best player available this early. I don't think that will ever change. Best player available. For I knew it, I was holding no doors, holding your hand. Anybody know that song? It's been blowing up on on TikTok. Okay, Jamar Chase is the 5th wide receiver off the board. Interesting.
Maybe they're believing.
I'm so curious to see where he's going to go next year.
Second year, sophomore slump.
I think he'll go higher than
sophomore
the 5th
breakout
wide receiver off the board next year.
It can definitely go either way for these two guys, so it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
At least, Cooper Kupp, that was an amazing year. Can he repeat that? I just don't know. I guess it's kind of the same.
And the other question there is, I think we all can agree OBJ is going to be back in LA. Legit, he's going to be back in LA.
I think he will be.
So you think about that. While Cooper Kupp's dominated this year, what happens when it's OBJ, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and Van Jefferson? You know what I mean? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. What does the offense look like at that point? And typically if someone breaks out, the defense looks at ways to stop them the next year. So
100%.
it's interesting, man. It's really, really interesting.
For sure, there's going to be some people that have drafted, like one of these 6 running back or 6 wide receivers are going to be taken too high. We just don't know who's going to be, you know?
Yeah. So here I am on the board, and I'm just going to grab a wide receiver at this point because I think the wide receivers are more valuable than the current running backs on the board.
Okay.
So I believe that's going to be A.J. Brown for me. So I'm going to go ahead here and draft A.J. Brown.
Okay.
You know, I it's not that I dislike the running backs on the board. I just don't see them as the most valuable PPR option at this point.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. I can see that
one. Swift off the board, Diggs, Javonte, Monty, A.J. Brown, Keenan, and now Tebow's on the board. On the clock.
On the clock, yeah.
I'm not ballsy enough to take CMC in the first. Rock says Chase was a 6 wide receiver. Yeah, maybe I counted wrong there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. That is pretty good value. Badaki, I panicked when I took Jeff because he's super safe to me. So where are you in this mock, Rock? You must be super teams, yep.
Yeah, he's super teams.
Locked in on number 1 on his team.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, wide receivers, I mean, you could make a real case in the top 7 or 6 or 5 of where to take these guys. I personally don't think there is a clear wide receiver 1 right now at this point. You just showed everyone who you're considering taking.
Yeah, and I'm still going to take him. That's J.K. Dobbins. I like him over the guys that are on the board currently right now. I like him over Gibson, Saquon, Zeke, Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I can understand that. So Saquon goes at the end of the second. I honestly think that's going to be even further down when we get toward draft season.
Probably. I think so as well. You know, there goes the first tight end off the board there. Travis Kelce.
Kelce at the 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Is that wrong? Is he the tight end 1 this year?
Oh, 7. I wanted Cam to come back to me there. So that makes my pick interesting. I didn't think anyone was going to take him.
Calling me up, asking what you're doing. Before I knew it, I was holding all the doors, holding your hand.
Why is that such a good song? It sounds.
It's just stuck
the way
in my
you're
head,
singing
man.
it sounds
it's
terrible.
all over TikTok.
For me, it's not in my algorithm. I'll tell you that much.
Boss Man says I would take C-Mac at the 8 or 9 easily. Yeah, at that point, it's the same question about Saquon last year. Are you okay with the risk of the injury? You know, are you okay with, at this point, whoever has drafted CMC for the past 2 years in a row has been screwed over, but we also know the pure potential of CMC in fantasy. So you have to just decide if you're okay with that sort of risk at this point. And a lot of people will be, and that's it could pay out for them.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I agree. You can make a case for any of these guys. It's 100% true at this point.
Yeah.
All right, so you took D-Hop.
Yeah.
You're not a big D-Hop guy, so that just surprised me a little bit.
No, I'm not. The reason why I took him because my initial thought process was to go to DK. But then I thought, well, Russ is in question if he's going to be there.
He might be going to Washington.
He might be going somewhere else. Yeah. So, like, if he goes to Washington, Terry could be the guy that I'm taking there now, you know? But I think I liked D-Hop more than the running backs I want on the board. I'm happy for any of these guys, even further down the road to kind of come back to me there. So I figured I'll get a wide receiver now. And plus, there's so many question marks. You know, who's going to be there for Terry? Who's going to be there for DK? Where's CeeDee Lamb? Or not where's CeeDee Lamb? So many mouths to feed over there in Dallas.
Okay. Let's talk about this Mike Evans pick because Brady is he's officially retired.
He's officially gone.
So I don't think Mike Evans goes here now in the 3rd. And I don't think it's proper value at this point. Maybe he drops to late 4th, mid 5th. That's where I kind of see that being more the proper value. Do you think I'm crazy for saying that? Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, I think it's all going to depend on who's going to be that quarterback. I'm avoiding all. Let's just say hypothetically they move on with Kyle Trask. You say, you know what? He's our starting quarterback for this year, for the 2022 season, I'm not comfortable taking Mike. I'm not comfortable taking Chris Godwin if he stays, or Gronk if he stays, or anyone, because I think this team is going to struggle. So yeah, I'm banking on them to fall in value, and then maybe, you know what, maybe I get him at the end of the fourth. Maybe I feel a little bit more comfortable there, or maybe at the beginning of the fifth, I feel more comfortable there. So
yeah, took CeeDee Lamb there. I still believe in the talent. Super young, and even though it's not dynasty, I think they have to find a way to get these wide receivers more involved. And if any wide receiver is going to see a bump in their production next year, I do think it is CeeDee Lamb. He's just such an X factor for the team. It honestly blows my mind how little they got him the ball this year. I think that has to change.
I think it definitely will change as well. I think maybe there was just too much happening on the field for Dak Prescott. You had Dalton, you had Cedric, you had Zeke in the backfield, and then they run the two running back option where Zeke and Pollard was on the field. It was just too much. Let's dumb it down a little bit. And hey, their offense could be changing because their offensive coordinator could be going somewhere else.
Also, Zeke is not the same player that he once was. So the offense should change. You can't run this offense through Zeke Elliott anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to have to switch it up. Let me see. Mitchell go, Andrews, Josh Jacobs, Zeke. What is Zeke's value this year? Really, really hard to define.
What's crazy?
I'm not sure who. And by the way,
it's a trap. It was a trap.
I'm sorry. I just looked at a name, and I wanted to talk about this. I know this is more of a dynasty perspective, but it affects redraft. Leonard Fournette. What the hell is his value now? Where does this team go? I actually traded Fournette away in all of my dynasty leagues last, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Because I was sensing maybe this is Brady's last hurrah. It didn't make sense. Why is the man in the arena already coming out? Is he retiring? Why would you make this if he's not going to retire? And I sold Fournette in all my dynasty leagues, but now, where does he go in a redraft in a dynasty perspective? Like, how can you evaluate Leonard Fournette?
I think it's hard to evaluate the whole Tampa Bay Bucks offense in a fantasy perspective. Like, there's no way you can until you know who the quarterback is. You know what I just thought of? I mean, what they have, the 27th, 28th, or something like that pick. I don't know. Along those lines. Why not go for a quarterback?
Or why not go grab Breece Hall or one of those running backs late round?
I mean, yeah, true. You could. Or you should still roll with Ronald Jones. Let Lenny go. Roll with Ronald Jones. He's still young. And then
that's another thing. Maybe Ronald Jones is the one who's going to be re-signed.
Yeah.
Instead of Lenny.
Get a Pickett. Get a Howe. Sam Howell. Matt Corral, whoever one of those guys surely is going to fall.
Where did they pick Kyle Trask? Because surely they're going to give him an opportunity.
I think
that would be a wasted draft pick.
Kyle Trask was in the second or third pick. I'm not mistaken.
Let's find out. I need to 64th overall. So that would be the end of the second, right?
Something like that. What 12?
Yeah, that would be the end of the second round.
Yeah.
So you have to see what you have with Trask at the very minimum, right? Maybe he's a good buy low right now in Dynasty. Anyway, we're talking about redraft. Kittle goes off the board, then Deontay, Waller, Aaron Jones, Josh Allen, DJ Moore.
Yeah. I mean, look, the pick that I like so far was Jaden's pick at the 3-7, Elijah Mitchell. That's the guy I was hoping was going to come back to me. I was actually going to take him at the 3-3. And then I was like, let's wait and see what that looks like, because obviously ADP, so maybe I can sneak in Elijah Mitchell. He was really far down ADP. Somebody took him, so.
Yep. Gator, yeah, it happens, man. No stress. It's all for fun. Albert says Fournette's a free agent. Yes, he is. So is Ronald Jones. So we're kind of just discussing that we think maybe this leads to the team going a different direction and letting Lenny walk.
Yeah.
Maybe re-signing Ronald because he's so young. What's up, Enrico?
What's happening, brother?
Boss Man says Breece Hall will be the biggest steal touchdown machine, and he gets to work in the receiving game. Really, really love Breece. I think we released a video on our Dynasty channel about him already.
Yeah, Breece Hall. We have Kenny Pickett, Treylon
We
Burks.
also released our top 5 running backs. So, yeah, we've released a lot of content over there on him. There is a name. There are 2 names I'm actually super happy with falling to me here at the 4-7.
What do you got here?
I'm obsessed with both of them in Dynasty.
Okay.
and I'm okay with both of them in redraft as well.
Okay, that's fair.
So
And you're definitely gonna get.
okay,
You're definitely gonna get one of them.
so now I'm between two names. I know both of them aren't going to come back to me. It's Waddle and Higgins. So I think I'm going to go Jalen Waddle here.
Yeah. Let me ask you this:
Jalen Waddle
why
here at the
Jalen Waddle
4-7.
over
Now I
T?
feel so confident in my 3 wide receivers at this point. I really feel like I have 3 top 15 PPR guys. What'd you ask?
Why Jalen Waddle over T? Because the longevity of T and Joe Burrow is there. And well, this is redraft, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. You
true.
also got Tua with the longevity. You know, they're going to build around Tua. But look, in Dynasty, there is a big conversation between Waddle and Higgins, and I think both are really, really good options. And they are so close in my rankings as well.
Okay, well, this is where it gets interesting. Because who am I taking here now? I mean, Chris Godwin. See, this is all question marks now. Chris Godwin, Roberto. You know, I'm going to take. He's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18, 19. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll take Michael Pittman here.
If you believe in him.
I'm going to believe in somebody else, too, to come around because these guys need wide receivers. Let's see. Again, Herbie there. Okay. Getting your quarterbacks early.
Third quarterback off the board.
Well, Zach and I in redrafts, you know, depending on where some people fall, but I like to get my quarterbacks, you know, 8th, 7th, depending on how it kind of falls, or 6th.
I'm happy to wait on quarterbacks till the 10th to the 12th round. Sometimes even my last pick. It's in a redraft 1 PPR format. It's not something I focus on. Mm-hmm. This is not a tight end premium redraft league. There's always someone in our mocks who takes 2 tight ends.
Maybe I think they're just used to it because all they've done is tight end premium.
Yeah, but the board won't fall the way a tight end premium board would fall anyway.
No, for sure. Okay, now let's try something.
I wanted Jacobs at the 311. Good pick, Dante. Yep, he was. Would have taken Waddle over McLaurin. I forgot about him. Yep. Until the sleeper ADP updates, you're gonna be able to get steals if you can remember those certain players. Yeah. But that ADP is gonna update soon, and maybe actually it might be months away still. But when the sleeper ADP updates, it's gonna be harder to find those steals. Those guys won't be as hidden, you know.
I mean, I feel like all these are reaches right now that I'm thinking about, but
Are you looking at running backs or wide receivers?
I'm looking at wide receivers.
Oh, okay.
They feel like reaches, but I believe in their. I'm gonna do Devonta.
Let's go. You go wide receiver, Devonta.
Yeah, I took Devonta Smith.
I don't know why. I can't get behind him until there's a quarterback change. I love him. I can't get behind him in fantasy.
I think it's gonna get better. You know, I think the reason why it's gonna get better because I just believe in Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I was between Devonta Smith and Elijah Moore. There's still one more guy that's out there. I'm pretty sure he'll be gone on the turnaround. But you know, there's 2 people, and I didn't take him because. Well, I don't want to ruin it because he could come back to me.
Okay, at this point, I think I'm gonna go running back, and you know, some people are gonna see this as a reach, and that's completely okay. I am obsessed with this player, and if he can recover from this injury, I do think he's gonna have a really good year, a good bounce back year. That's Travis Etienne, my second running back there, the 5.6.
Oh.
PPR format. I think he's going to be super involved. Let's be honest. If you watched any Jags game, they need weapons. Etienne's going to fill a hole that's much needed for this offense, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Could definitely be a thing happening here. It's hard. It's really hard to switch off from Dynasty to redraft right now. I keep thinking of like these young guys. Like, no, I want this. But like at the same time, you think of that in redraft, like. The second year, Elijah Moore, it felt like he was kind of a reach, but I still believe he can finish in the top 20
for
wide
sure.
receivers.
No, I don't think that's a reach there.
So
Personally,
no, yeah, I don't think so either. I was in my own head. I was like, man, I'll take Elijah Moore, Devonta Smith, and I was like, I was going back and forth.
Calling you up, asking what you're doing. Okay, look. If it is Commanders, people are having beef with me on Twitter because I'm upset about the process of the name because fans were never really considered. But
Right.
I have never said that I'm going to stop being a Washington fan. I'm going to be a Washington fan regardless of the name. Okay? I was born into this. I'm not going to stop because I don't like the name. But it is frustrating to know that if it is Commanders, the fans were never really a part of that process. They sold it to us as if you guys are a big part of this process. No one wanted that name. No one wanted Commanders. If it is a name, it is what it is. I'll move on and I'll get behind it. But it's just frustrating, man. It's just frustrating.
I just don't know a solution, like for example, if they don't say, hey, you know what, we're not going to include fans in the decision. It's a really hard decision. It's going to be with owners and, the longevity of the history of the Washington team. And then they pick Commanders and then everyone's upset. And then they say, hey, be part of the process.
Don't say you're including the fans when you're not. The copyright for the Commander's name was made before they had this whole fan interaction thing.
Right.
They literally copyrighted that name before they said that fans were going to have a big say in this. Do you know what I mean? And now you're saying these are all the names. Give us suggestions. Send in your suggestions through this website. And they said hundreds of thousands of suggestions were sent.
Right. Okay.
And then they showed the most popular names. Commanders was not in that list. So to me, it was a bunch of BS. They just said that. And they already had the name picked out before they even went through this process. They already knew it was Commanders.
Yeah, probably. I mean, look, I don't know. It's definitely hard to kind of gauge and say, you know what, I agree. But I don't think anyone would be happy unless it was what everyone was expecting. Like you said, the only three names was Red Wolves, the Hogs, and then something else that you got, like
Wolves,
the fan base,
Red Wolves, Red Tails,
yeah.
Hogs, Red Hogs. There's a couple others that I can't remember off the top of my name, but there was quite a few that people were like, okay, I'll be all right with this.
Yeah. So I think it's just a bit difficult in my head.
So JJ goes Fournette and Michael Thomas. We talked about Fournette.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea where he's going to be.
Yeah.
After this year, after Brady retires. Surely he's not in Tampa Bay because I don't know. It just doesn't make sense for Tampa Bay to resign him.
Go to Atlanta, maybe. Fournette. Just get a running back.
There goes St. Brown. I was hoping St. Brown might fall to me.
Plays.
So that's good value where you got him there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like St. Brown. That was one of the guys I was hoping to come back to me. What about Cordero Patterson at the 5'11"?
Yeah.
This is very interesting. Another guy, we don't know where he's going to be. I'm pretty sure he's a free agent. If he does re-sign with Atlanta, it's great. He's, 30-something years old now? Yeah, he's 30 years old. I mean, there's so many question marks on what's going to happen with Cordero Patterson. I think that's I guess as good as a RB3, but I mean, there's still a lot of talent on the board, St. Brown, Renfro kind of went, if you believe in those guys. Interesting to see. There goes OBJ. Okay,
is James Conner still on the board here?
I think he is.
Okay, I'm going to take James. I'm assuming he's going to re-sign there in Arizona.
Okay. Talk it up, James.
Talk it up, James.
Kareem Hunt. There you go. Let me get ready here. I bet you Tebow's going to take the guy that I want potentially. Let me just double check. Oh, no, wait. I know who I want. So mental. This is diversion for me. I want you to think I'm looking for a running back. Lamar Jackson. All right, I think that makes my decision easy. I'm going to go Hollywood Brown here.
I love that. I love Hollywood.
This was one.
How is he still being overlooked? Do you know what I mean?
This was the guy that
We
was
were
hoping.
talking about Hollywood Brown. He was a top 5 wide receiver through the first 8 weeks, 9 weeks, and then he had a little injury issue. Lamar had a little injury issue. He's only 24 years old. He is the best weapon on their team outside of Lamar.
Yeah.
And we're still undervaluing him in Dynasty and Redraft.
The people I think is questioning Rashad Bateman. This is a run first team, a run heavy team. I think that's what they're going to go. They opened up the playbook last year. Unfortunately, all the running backs get hurt, so they started Gabriel Davis goes there. Let me look for another running back.
I just realized I can utilize my queue because I'm not hosting the stream. It's going to make my life a lot easier now. Anyway, I think we're still undervaluing Hollywood. He had a legit breakout last year, and no one's talking about it because of his injuries and the injury sustained to Kyler.
Hollywood. Yeah.
Sorry.
Hollywood singing. All right, you know what? I'm just going to lock in my third running back for depth, and I'm going to take Devin Singletary here.
Okay.
You know, we saw that in the season. Hopefully that continues. Maybe it's a little bit early, but why not take the chance? All the running backs are kind of getting bare there. And he's on one of the best offenses. You know, I'm not excited about James, Chris Carson, Gesicki, all these guys available.
Totally, I get it.
You know, it's probably one guy out there I see one.
Yeah, I'm hoping that one falls to me. Hollywood
singing. Oh, man.
What?
Badaki sniped me, Gator fan said. Were you taking Devin Singletary? Sorry, brother.
Before I knew it,
Just need that third RB, baby. I'm okay with D-Hop. You know, I don't know, man. I think I can. That's good. I can trade him away and get somebody. You know, some people like D-Hop better. I'll give me a D-Hop.
I was just surprised you've never been someone who's a D-Hop supporter.
No, I haven't, and not because of I was a D-Hop supporter when he was with Deshaun, but I think Kyler Murray changes it because he rushes more than Deshaun did. Deshaun stood in the pocket a lot longer than Kyler. I just think the opportunity was there for D-Hop when he was with Deshaun.
There's quite a few names here on the board that I'm happy with. So I'm going to go ahead and get another running back here, which I think he's not going to fall to me in the next round. There's other positions I think will fall. And he's going to go higher than this in redrafts, and that's Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, that was the other guy that I saw and I liked. You know,
you see Jim Harbaugh, by the way, to Minnesota.
Confirmed? You're kidding.
Not confirmed, but it's belief that they're going to announce it tomorrow, which is funny because that's when Washington announces their name. So maybe the Jim Harbaugh news will be the biggest news.
Jim Harbaugh is meant to become the Vikings head coach tomorrow. Interview is formality per Chris Bills. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Hey.
I mean, Harbaugh took the Niners to the Super Bowl before?
What was his offense was very pass heavy, though, wasn't it? Was it?
No, that was the Kaepernick days.
Yeah.
So it was
pass heavy.
It was a combination, but really Kaepernick was more that mobile
quarterback
prototype.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of their running back. Was it Frank Gore the running back?
I believe they had Michael Crabtree as their wide receiver, Vernon Davis as a tight end. I could be mistaken though. So we see Ayuk and then AJ Dillon go off the board.
That's funny. Michael Crabtree, that sorry ass receiver.
That's what you get when you put a sorry ass receiver like Crabtree on me.
That's just bands, isn't it? That's classic.
Yeah.
Unlucky for Richard Sherman now. Couldn't make it back.
Yeah. Rock says I think D-Hop has 1 or 2 years, 2 more good years left. I can see that for sure. I do think he's going to be very relevant next year. And Gator's asking about his third RB.
I was a bit torn.
He didn't want to reach. Your third RB was. I don't think you have a third RB.
You don't have a third RB. You have Claypool. Hold on, let me refresh. Maybe it's a glitch in the Matrix.
For me, it says Claypool.
Yeah, it says Claypool for me as well. So
Yeah, Brandon Cooks, that's great value there at the 7-Eleven. I was considering him there at the 7-6 personally.
mm. What other? You know what? I need to get off of this. What NFL teams need a running back? Because my first thought always goes to the Falcons. I need to give some more like suggestions. Chris Carson, to the Falcons.
We said that last year.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Literally, when the first team that needs a running back, the Falcons. Um, the Bills, they say needs a running back. The Texans, that makes sense.
Ooh, Rashad Penny, that's a nice low risk pick there at the 8.3.
The Dolphins.
Well done.
Okay. So the top teams that needed a running back is Miami, the Texans, the Bills, and the Falcons. Well, I don't think the Bills will get another one unless it's really good value in the draft. They wouldn't trade for running back, in my opinion. Texans, gosh, the Texans running backs are David Johnson, Rex Burkhead, and Royce Freeman. I mean,
yeah,
do something
they
about
just
it.
re-signed Rex Burkhead.
Do something about it, man.
Didn't they just re-sign Rex?
I think so.
Hilarious.
I mean, it'll be unfortunate, but one of those running backs can
grab
go.
Mike Williams on the turn here, so gonna have to kind of switch it up a little bit.
One of those running backs, these top running backs, can go to.
Okay, there's
the
Pollard.
Texans.
That's good. I was hoping to get Tony here at least at the 8-7, so
Nice.
I'm happy with Tony there.
Okay. Here we go. Let me see. Why not Melvin?
Why not Melvin? Dear fantasy gods, I come to you now with a request. Please do not have Melvin Gordon re-sign in Denver.
Why
I beg
not
you.
Melvin?
I beg you. For the sake of everyone who has Javonte in Dynasty, do not put us through this torture. That's why I didn't get a third running back, because I don't want to reach. Oh, okay, yeah. Claypool, you got James Robinson here. Would I have taken Stevenson, A.J. Dillon, Penny over Claypool? Maybe. It depends on my team needs. But, getting James Robinson that late, could he recover from the injury? I'm really worried about him with that Achilles injury. But it's really hard to say. Do you think Claypool was the right choice there, Badaki, or do you think it should have gone running back?
Let me see the running backs that went off. I mean,
Stevenson, Dillon.
I think
Penny.
Stevenson would have been the guy we but the workload we just is in question. Claypool's the same thing, It's like, okay, who's his quarterback?
But I do think Claypool's a really good buy low in Dynasty and in redraft, to be honest, because you think about it, he's a very talented wide receiver. His skill sets just did not fit who Big Ben was as a quarterback. He's a go up, win the one-on-one ball, but Big Ben couldn't throw the ball downfield to save his life. So if it's a free agent quarterback or if it's a quarterback through the draft, maybe Claypool becomes a good value there.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's two options. It's just what's this offense going to look like? Because I think the offense was catered to Big Ben to do quick passes. He used to do those deep, bombs down the field, but obviously with age it changed. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. I think it's a decent pick. I would have taken Ramondre Stevenson, but if you needed a running back, I would have taken Ramondre Stevenson. But I'm okay because all these other running backs I wasn't excited with. Okay, Pat the Dragon goes there. Interesting. I think I'm still gonna hold off here. Let's look at these guys, running backs. Let's go another wide receiver potentially. Actually, no. Quarterback, wide receiver. I'm happy with my wide receivers. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 running backs. I really should be getting another running back.
I'm getting so many replies on this comment I made on this Washington football fan page.
I'm gonna take Jalen Hurts here with the rushing upside. I believe he's gonna continue to do that, and I have Devonta Smith there, so why not have a little connection?
Hey, why not us?
Why not us, huh? I'm still believing for one more guy to come back to me, and I don't think anyone's gonna be taking him, so we'll see. But yeah, I like Jalen. I don't know, man. It's just my gut feeling. Maybe it's just because I want to go against you and be like, I believe in Jalen Hurts and you don't.
That happens a lot. Yeah. If
But
I say something, you're like, no, I'm gonna believe the opposite.
No, I believe the opposite. But I actually do like Jalen. I saw him like, shit, this guy's good. And like in fantasy, it's always about like rushing upside and touchdowns, and I think he can progress.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna change the clock to 30 seconds here.
Yeah.
All right. 30 seconds will be on the clock now.
Hi, Blazy. What's happening? I'm starving. I'm gonna have me some raisin toast after this.
30 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds. I'm on the board now, and I'm gonna take my tight end here in Dalton Schultz.
Nice. I saw that, but
Top 3 tight end last year. I think he's gonna resign.
Top 3 tight end.
Now I have CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz. So whoever gets the targets that day, I'm gonna have that player on my team.
You're gonna be pissed about it.
It was either Schultz or CeeDee that went off most games. So now I just whoever it is, it's fine.
That's who I was hoping to come back to me, Myles Gaskin. I was hoping to get that running back depth with Myles there. Even though I should have taken him, but I really wanted the rushing upside with Jalen Hurts. But
right.
I'm okay not to have him as my third running back. I think I have another option as well. Can't say it. It was going to be a keyword that I couldn't say because I want him to come back.
Okay.
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Marvin Jones.
I mean, at this point of the draft, the running backs room is just absolutely shafted.
It's terrible, man.
There's a couple of names, there's still a couple names out here on the board that are real wild cards that could end up presenting value if put in the right scenario. I think whole world just got auto-picked. And it's Tom Brady.
You got to love Tom, hey? You never know. He can come back.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he comes back, plays for the Patriots this year. Who knows? Yeah, 30 seconds is on the clock. On the crock pot, it's air fryer because he's too crisp. Air fryer. That's in Pat Fryermuth. Air fryer.
Air fryer. That's funny.
I like that. That's funny. He's got so many nicknames. Hey.
Yeah. Let's see.
Before I knew it, I was holding those doors, holding your hand. Getting off of work just as fast as I can. We'll go Raheem
the Dream.
Hey, imagine Raheem comes back next year to the Niners and just ruins Mitchell's fantasy value.
Bruh. I won't be surprised.
And he actually stays healthy or something.
Hey, maybe Raheem to the Falcons. Not jokes.
Stop saying that. It's always the Falcons or the Dolphins.
Hey, man.
Falcons, Dolphins. Teams fit? Team fits?
Falcons, Dolphins, Texans. There we go.
Curtis, I like it. If Curtis can stay healthy, man, he can be a difference maker. I still believe that. All right, so I'm going to take a chance on someone here. Take a chance on me. I'm going to do my very best, and that is someone who injured, I believe, week 2, out for the year. Now a free agent. That's DJ Chark Doot. If he signs somewhere, I think he's a talented guy. If he stays, I think he was going to have a decent year. So.
Okay.
Damn, had to run outside to do something, and it gave me Tom Brady. Cole just realized it gave him Brady. Yeah, that's a GG's, bro.
That is GG's.
That's just a fat GG's. Put it on the board.
Let's see. Henderson. Okay. Let's try to get a tight end here. Cole, Austin, Blake. I mean, I'm gonna go with the guy I believe in, Mike Gesicki.
Yeah.
Very talented. He can go anywhere. Yeah. I'm
Well,
pretty sure he's
wait a second. Did you know Kyle Rudolph is still on the board?
really Giants legend.
Giants legend Kyle
Giants
Rudolph.
legend. You know, Luke always says that every time. Oh man, Ravens legend. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle, Ravens legend.
What? Oh, you're on something, bro.
25 Set Palmer.
25 Fab. 25 Fab Palmer.
The boys. Funny story, guys. So everyone put in. We all realized like Josh Palmer was on waivers, and then I put in my bid for 25 because we play in Fab.
Dynasty League.
In Dynasty League, and all the boys was like, "You put in 25 Fab for Josh Palmer? What? I
think the next highest bid was like $2.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Okay, bro. I mean, yeah, 25 Fab, but like, it's gonna pay off.
It's still unknown if that will pay off or not.
It's still unknown, but I think it's gonna pay off, in my opinion.
Yeah, it could for sure.
I'm gonna get a handcuff here. I'm gonna go with Gus the Bus. See you there, Gussie.
Gus the Bus.
Got JK.
All right, a little Gus the Bus action. I'm all right with it.
That little 1-2 punch, just in case, you know. You never know what happens. If a guy come in here with a gun right behind me, he goes, hang, 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 hang.
I still don't know what you're referencing.
Has anyone seen that 6ix9ine interview when he's like talking? He was like, if somebody come in here with a gun, or he was like, if I walk out this door right now and I get shot, and he goes, hang, 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 it was meant to be. And then they go, bro, first of all, a gun ain't gonna sound like hang, 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 hang. And then
I'm gonna go with someone who's a free agent. I still think he's super talented. Had a bunch of injury issues last year as well. That's Will Fuller.
Will Fuller.
Wherever Deshaun plays, could link up with Deshaun again.
See you in New York.
He won't be in New York. Maybe Washington.
We will not be drafting, or we will not be trading for Deshaun.
No.
Why? Why though, John? Why?
Because of Daniel Jones. I believe in Daniel Jones. Take a chance on me.
Love you, DJ.
I'm gonna do my very best. Take a chance on me.
Corey Davis, another guy. What's his contract look like? Did he sign?
I think he still has 3 years left.
Let's see, Corey Davis contract. I mean, this is a guy that we can't be forgetting about, man. Excuse me.
Take a chance on me. All right, we see Kirk Rager off the board. Yeah, it's bare at this point. Chuba's a nice pick there. I like that.
Yeah, Corey Davis. Excuse me, signed a 3-year contract. Matthew Stafford there. Okay, all the way to come back there.
Stafford's off the board.
3-year contract. He does have it out in 2023. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, he's a big body guy though. He's supposed
big body bins.
He was supposed to be the guy. Corey Davis, man. Corey Davis is gonna be all this, and Elijah Moore is like, ooh, Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
I actually think I want an Elijah Moore jersey. I usually ever since Saquon got drafted, guys, I've started becoming fans of players. I've never been a fan of a player. Probably besides,
I think fantasy very much makes you a fan of a player.
No, 100%.
That's the beauty of fantasy football.
I'm saying like in just a football aspect. I never bought a jersey. Yeah. My family gifted me Eli Manning jersey because one year I was talking about Eli Manning, and I was a Giants fan. And then last year, or the year before, I bought a Saquon jersey. I was like, I just love Saquon. I want a Saquon jersey. And
Everett's asking you to scroll through the.
Oh, my bad. Scroll through the what?
I think through the board, maybe.
Scroll, please.
Sorry, you keep having a conversation. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna take my first quarterback here with my second to last pick. I do think he is a top 12 quarterback next year, and that's Trey Lance. I think there's enough upside for him to be a top 12 quarterback, and I'm actually fine to take a chance on him with this late quarterback strategy, and if he falls this late this year. But I think Everett wanted to see the whole board.
Yeah, I think I had it on the whole board. That's my bad if I didn't. I was confused, but yeah, it's up now. All right. Oh man, I was gonna go another quarterback too, but it's okay.
So that just confirms I definitely needed to take Trey there.
Yeah. Hey,
I wasn't sure if I needed to take him or
believing
not.
Deshaun to play here.
Yeah, Deshaun was an option as well. He was on my queue.
Believing for him to play. So,
Come on, Deshaun. Come on down.
Oh, face cams
Yeah,
covering the last 2 rounds. Yeah, man. Hold on, give me a sec. I can definitely move our faces up.
I'm actually really happy with the team I have here.
Yeah, I put the face cams on the top there for you, man. If that's easier.
Yeah, that's probably beautiful.
That's probably better. We should just keep it up there during the draft.
I'm actually really happy with my team. I would be okay starting a redraft league with this team.
I like my team as well. It's definitely different. Oh, here we go. What we got here?
What happened?
David. No, we got a comment on
David Johnson.
We got a comment on the Renfro post.
Oh, really?
Another one. Okay, Miko Harmon.
Yeah, I was considering Miko.
Is Justin Jackson? Yeah, I'll take my other handcuff here.
Wow.
Handcuffs are key, man. They're key. Bangle Ingle in the building. That's funny. What's up, brother? Is Clyde just not that guy anymore or what? Nah, Clyde's the guy for me. He was my guy.
No, he's not.
Nah,
he's not that guy.
There's a little question. I still believe that they should give him the workload. We just don't know if that's actually going to be the case. When you see him getting the ball at times, sometimes you see the glimpse, and sometimes it's like, whoa, why'd you draft him in the first? Van Jefferson, Smarje, B. Ryan.
All right, I'm going to take another tight end here and Hunter Henry.
Nice.
I feel really good about this team I have.
I mean, the expectation if Jim Harbaugh goes to the Vikings.
Goes to Minnesota.
I mean, does everyone skyrocket? I feel like just Jim Harbaugh's presence, like bring everyone up, like KJ Osborne, maybe Irv Smith. They utilize him.
Angle in the building. Sorry, I just saw that. I don't believe in Clyde. Just want to put that out there on the.
I don't know.
Public record.
I just don't know what to think if he comes on board.
Do you want to start with team grades?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Draft
the
grades.
1-on-1 here, Greggy. Good old Greg. Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, and David Johnson. I mean, I think that should have been Jonathan Taylor, but maybe it was just a little bit of a troll. Travis Kelce, Kyle Pitts. Then you took Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, Roberto, Kenny G, Michael Gallup, Antonio Brown, and Jarvis Landry. A lot of question marks on this team. Every single person here is Kyler Murray. The only non-question mark is Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray and Kyle Pitts and Travis Kelce. Those are the 3 guys that aren't question marks. Alvin Kamara, what's that offense going to look like? Saquon, is he even going to be on the Giants, or is he going to be this guy? Like, can he bounce back? Chris Godwin, where he's going to be, and then all your wide receivers. Roberto Woods hurt. Allen Robinson, where's he going to be? Michael Gallup's hurt. AJ Brown or Antonio Brown probably won't even play on the team. It's not the best team, but maybe it was just a troll or something. But I'm gonna give this like a C+. I'm not in love with this team. I think your tight ends are great. Maybe you can flip one of these guys. C+, B-, maybe something like that.
Okay. All right, team 2, 7. You've got Jonathan Taylor, Gibson, Akers, McKissick. Real strong running backs. Your quarterback are Justin Herbert, Ryan Tannehill. Wide receivers are Cooper, Bateman, Gabe Davis, Rondale Moore, Josh Palmer, McCole Hardman. Tight end is Pat Freiermuth. So, look, the reality is when I look at the team, and just being honest, again, just so everyone knows, when we give out draft grades, it's just our opinions. Doesn't mean it's black and white. It's just our opinions. But I would not be comfortable starting a redraft league with these wide receivers as my starting wide receivers. I don't want Cooper as a wide receiver 1. I would prefer him as a 2 or 3 after what we saw this year. Bateman, Gabe, Rondell, Josh Palmer, and McCole are none of those guys are guys at this point I want to trust in my starting lineup. And I think in a PPR league, you really do need good wide receivers that you can count on. So for me, that's going to heavily affect my grade. I love your running backs, but your wide receiver room took a real hit. Love the Pat Frymuth pick there for sure. I'm going to give this just a B minus. This is a B minus team for me.
Okay. Tebow fan, you got Derrick Henry the King with Nick Chubb, James Robinson, Darrell Henderson, and Ronald Jones. I like the Ronald Jones pick. Good value there at the 11-4. Hopefully he can come back and do something. Mike Evans, T. Higgins, Tyler Lockett, Chase Claypool with Van Jefferson. You know, we said it during the live when we were drafting, you know, Mike Evans, what's going to happen? Who's going to be his quarterback? Where's his value? Maybe it's too much of a reach. Obviously, this is very, very early. We don't have all the answers. But yeah, Mike Evans, I think even if, you know, Tom Brady was there, is that still good value for you if Tom Brady was there?
Yeah, if Tom Brady was there, but he's not. He's officially not.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking like maybe I would have still taken some other people over Mike. You know, I think I would have
like,
considered.
Were there better players on the board?
Yeah, I would have considered.
If Russ is staying, Metcalf is probably the better option. Lamb's probably the better option.
Yeah, exactly.
You can make a case of Deontay maybe.
Tyler Lockett, once again, these are all question marks. I love the T. Higgins pick there. You got Lamar Jackson. Look, I don't think I even finished reading out your team. Lamar Jackson with Justin Fields, Logan Thomas as well. I think your running back room is good, is decent, strong. These guys are all have top high upside in my opinion. I think it's the wide receiver room where it lacks. I like the Logan Thomas pick. I don't even know what he's going to mean to our offense after the injury. What will he mean? I think he comes back and he produces.
Well, you have to keep in mind he is an older player. He's not a young guy who just tore his ACL. I think he's going to be 30, and he tore his ACL at the tight end position.
Yeah, we got to wait and see.
There's a lot of question marks there.
I think,
and also another thing I just want to say quickly is when you get Derrick Henry, you really want to pair him with someone who's going to get some sort of receptions in a PPR format. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so we're
Nick
going
Chubb.
Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb. What happens those weeks when these guys get 20 carries, but they only rush for 40 yards? You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I guess he's banking on the production. Look, overall, this team is a decent team. I think you have good options, especially with your quarterbacks. Your wide receivers are still there and can still compete. Same with your running back. So I think this team overall is just a B flat. I still like the Logan Thomas pick in my personal opinion. Van Jefferson down there, that's a sneaky pick too, so I like it.
Yeah. What's up, everybody in the chat? MJ23 says, "Yo, we're just giving out draft grades right now. We just finished a mock for 2022." Yeah. Tom Brady was an auto pick, but yes, he is retired.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Jaden, right? No, sorry, Alex.
Yeah, Al season.
All the season. Okay, so your running backs are Najee, Kareem Hunt, Melvin Gordon, Jamal Williams. Sorry. Darrell Williams, Samaje Perine.
What happened there?
Help me, Lord. Wide receivers are Keenan Allen, DK, Ridley, Elijah Moore, Darnell Mooney. You got Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback and Fant as your tight end. I'm okay with this team. Obviously, the clear weakness, there's two spots. It's running backs, specifically the depth, and tight end. Can we really trust Fant as our tight end one?
Yeah, I agree.
I think I would have rather have had other players who were on the board at tight end. Ertz was still there. He was available. Henry was still available. Hunter Henry. Even Gronk, if Gronk continues to play for some reason, he's talked about that. So I wouldn't have loved Fant there personally. And, you know, will Kareem be the same player? Will they have the same sort of offense? You hope so. So that could end up being up to steal. What will Melvin's future look like? There's a lot of question marks here, you know. But I really, really love your wide receiver room. And in a PPR league, I can definitely see how you're going to win a lot of games. You're going to get a lot of receptions from the players that you selected. I think Aaron Rodgers is a good steal there. I mean, he was balling out towards the end of the year, won me a championship this year. I think he's going to keep being overlooked. So I like this team. It is a B+ team, but this could have easily been a better team if some of those decisions were made differently.
Okay. Jaden, 1.7. Cooper Kupp, OBJ, Brandon Ayuk, Jacoby Myers, and Russell Gage. Then you have Monty, Elijah Mitchell, Tony Pollard, Miles Gaskin with Sony Michelle. Then you got Mahomes at the 4, TJ Hawkinson at the 5, with Robert Tonyan there at the bottom. Look, you have two Rams wide receivers. I think that's going to be a problem moving forward. I like Brandon Ayuk pick. I like the Jacoby Myers and Russell Gage. I think my only concern is the two Rams wide receivers. I don't know how that's going to play out. Maybe you can use one as trade bait, but I don't think I'm comfortable having. For example, let's say you do trade one of those guys away. I'm not comfortable having Cooper Kupp or Brandon Ayuk as my wide receiver too at this very moment.
This is the issue of what happens when you go quarterback tight end early.
Yeah.
When you go both of those positions early,
Mm-hmm.
your running backs and wide receivers don't fill out the way you want them to.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. And that's another thing I was going to say. I don't think taking Patrick Mahomes that early is necessary. Same thing with TJ Hawkinson. You had 2 rounds, I think, where no one took a quarterback or a tight end. You could have had Dawson Knox, a round and a half. Dawson Knox, Dallas Goedert. Obviously, Pat Frymuth there. And the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, I got Jalen Hurts, high upside player. He would finish top 10 quarterback. Obviously, a little bit inconsistent. Same thing with Joe Burrow, top 10 quarterback, a little bit of inconsistencies. I think I would have taken, would have waited on tight end and quarterback, if in my opinion. But overall, I think this team is decent. I'm just going to give it a B- though. B- because of those 2 Rams wide receivers.
I have a lozenge in my mouth, so I'm sorry if you hear that. But
What? A
Anyway.
lozenge? What?
a lozenge.
Is that like for your throat? Like your throat
Yeah.
hurts? Okay. COVID?
Do you not? No, I don't have COVID.
Praying for you, man.
Do you not call them lozenges?
Lozenges? Like holes? Like a holes?
Lozenge. Sore throat. Lozenges.
Lozenges.
What's confusing about it is lozenges. That's literally the name of it.
Lozenges.
No, lozenges.
Lozenges. That's literally what you just said. That's literally what you just said.
Lozenges.
Team 8. Super team.
Here we are. Teammate. Super teams only. Wide receivers are Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin, Mike Williams, Curtis Samuel, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Nico Collins. I like the wide receiver room. I think Mike Williams really saved you being your 3rd wide receiver. Getting him that late was really clutch. Running backs are Javonte, Michael Carter, Miles Sanders, A.J. Dillon, Alexander Madison. I like the running back room. Strong pieces, especially for a PPR format. Mark Andrews at the 3-8. Look, there's a conversation for should you take tight ends early or not this year, for sure, based off of what happened last year. But if Mark Andrews can do what he did last year, this is a good value pick. We just don't know that for sure. And then your quarterback is Russell Wilson. So I like this team. I would prefer to have a stronger wide receiver room, but your running back room is very, very strong. And you still got an elite tight end, and you still got a top 12 quarterback in Russell Wilson. So this is a good team for me. This is actually a good team. I personally think this is one of the better teams we have seen tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to give this a B+.
All right. Not bad. Dante. What's that, brother? CMC, Josh Jacobs, Clyde.
They're called, by the way, in America, they're called cough drops.
Yeah, I know.
But people in Australia call them lozenges.
Oh, like, see, that's what I said. I said cough drops, like a Halls. Halls could be a cough drop sometimes, depending on what brand you like. But
yeah.
Anyways,
lozenges, cough drops.
Lozenges. Dante, 1.9. CMC, Josh Jacobs, Clyde with Raheem. And then you have Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore, Hunter Renfrow, Marvin Jones, Corey Davis, Devontae Parker with Joey B, Dallas Goedert, and Zach Ertz.
Goedert.
I'm mixed emotions about this. CMC at the 1.9. I mean, last year that would have been crazy if you told me. Josh Jacobs, undervalued. Clyde, I do believe he could at least finish 15. And I think top 15, top 20 there at the 5.9. I think that's decent in my opinion. So
I don't even, just on Clyde, they didn't even use him when it mattered the most. They were using Jerick McKinnon.
He was also injured though, to be fair. He was still dealing with that injury.
Life on the line. He was well past that injury. Maybe, he might have been dealing with some nicks, but Jet McKinnon was getting all the work.
Yeah. Stephon Diggs with DJ Moore and Hunter Renfrow. I think my only question about this is DJ Moore. You know, he was a top guy targeted, but I would have taken all the guys ahead of him. I would have taken Terry, Waddle, Calvin, even if we don't know where he's going. T. Higgins, Michael Pittman. All those guys were available. I do like the Hunter Renfrow pick at the 6'4". But I would have taken all those guys over DJ Moore.
Yeah, Renfro's a good value.
Yeah. This team overall is decent. I think the depth of your wide receiver room, I'm not in love with. Marvin Jones, Corey Davis, Devontae Parker. I'm not in love with these guys. But I think this team is good. And I like Dallas. I like Dallas Goedert as well. And Zach Ertz. You know, the 2 old Philly guys. Anyways, I'll give this team a B+.
Okay.
I like it. That's my only nitpick.
As of right now, do you think the best team is super teams? I'm just trying to remember. I personally think it's the best team at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was just
have a look through.
Yeah.
Jacob, your wide receivers are Debo, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Julio Jones, Robbie Anderson, Cole Beasley, Laviska Shenault. Running backs are Swift, Zeke Elliott, Damian Harris, Rashad Penny. Quarterbacks are Josh Allen, Mac Jones, tight end Dawson Knox. Okay, so I do think Dawson Knox at the 7-10 is good value. I'm okay with taking Dawson Knox there because we've seen the upside. I think he would have finished even higher if he didn't miss those games. I like the value you got for Rashad Penny. That's really good. That's a really good example of a late, low risk, high reward type pick. Based off what we saw at the end of the season, why not trust Rashad Penny going into next year over Chris Carson? So I'm okay with that. I think Zeke is good value at the 310, but I don't think I really want Zeke on any of my teams this year. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I really want to rock with Zeke this year. So I'm not in love with him. But now I look at your picks from 9 to 13, from rounds 9 to 13, and I'm really not in love with any of them. I'm okay with, you know, the late round values of maybe what Shenault could be and Beasley, but I don't really like Julio. I don't really like Robbie Anderson. So overall, I think it is a good team. There are some things I would have done differently, but this is going to be a B flat for me, just a B flat.
Yeah. Okay. Cold World. Joe Moneybag Mason, Aaron Jones, Cordell Patterson, and Kenyon Drake. With Jamar Chase, Adam Thielen, Brandon Cooks, Juju Smith, Tyler Boyd, Christian Kirk. Then you have George Kittle at the 311 with Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford. Obviously, the Tom Brady and Tyler Boyd were auto picks. So I wonder who you would have taken there. But look, overall, this team is interesting. I think Cordell Patterson, the 5'11", is a big question mark for me. I wouldn't have taken him there. I would have taken Kareem Hunt, maybe Miles Sanders, AJ Dillon, somebody. I don't think if he were to re-sign with the Falcons that it's just going to be his role, because I do believe they will draft somebody or still trade for somebody.
Yeah, you can't build around Patterson at his age.
Exactly. And even if he doesn't re-sign with the Falcons, I don't think he's going to be producing or have done what he's did at Atlanta and anywhere else. Mm. So I think that's a massive reach, in my opinion. I wouldn't have taken him there. Your wide receiver rooms is decent. I like Thielen, Cook, great value. Juju, great value. I think he can go anywhere if he goes to the Chiefs. There's a lot of talks of that. Tyler Boyd even is not terrible to be a wide receiver 5, and Christian Kirk. I think Matthew Stafford makes up for the Tom Brady pick. So I think this team is decent.
I started Boyd in a championship game and won.
I think overall, I remember that. He was like, Boyd and I remember you asked me that question.
It was Boyd or Braxton Berrios, and I should have went Braxton, but somehow I still won.
Overall, this team is decent, obviously, besides the auto picks and Cordell Patterson. I'm just going to give this team a B flat, B minus, around there.
All right, JJ, let's look at this last team here. Wide receivers, real strong. You got Tyreek, Devontae, Deontay Johnson, Michael Thomas, Sutton, Rager. Personally, if Adams is with Rodgers, then I'm okay with this pick. Right. But if he's not, then I think Chase is a much better pick there. Mm.
Bro, how disappointing is Jalen Rager?
Yeah, so
Wow.
disappointing. But I mean, he took him so late, so
No,
it
I'm
is
talking
what it
about
is.
just in general, in football.
In general,
And
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yes.
drafted him first. Was it first
Yeah.
round pick? What has he done?
Darren Waller, I think it's good value, but I think I would rather, instead of spending a 4th-round pick on a tight end, get one late instead. So I think that was a crucial pick for you, that you could have gotten a better running back there at the 4-1. You know, you could have just grabbed Aaron Jones. I don't think Fournette was a right running back here, considering the fact that Miles Sanders was on the board, James Conner was on the board. So I probably would have taken those guys over Leonard Fournette now that Brady's retired. And I do think Penny was probably the better choice over Carson. So yeah, there's some things that I would have done differently. It doesn't mean that the team is bad. It doesn't mean the team's not going to win you some games. But I do see this as a B-flat team for me. So in my opinion, I would say super teams is the mock draft tonight. But do you see a different team?
No, I like his running back depth. His wide receivers are decent. Mike Williams with Justin Jefferson. I'm not in love with the Curtis Samuel or Donovan people, but I like Nico. And Russ is interesting if he does stay, or wherever he goes, he's going to be value. So it's good. It's a good team. I'll say yeah. Why not?
All right. So congrats, super team, which I believe is Rock Lee, for winning mock drafter of the night.
You didn't have to tell me.
Yeah, we're back. The rhythm's back. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this. We are going to do a Dynasty mock tomorrow on our Dynasty page, and I'll paste that link in the chat. So we'll basically be doing a Dynasty startup draft. It's been really, really fun to do that with the community. A lot of people are rallying around the Dynasty channel. I just pasted the link in the chat. But if you want to be a part of that, sub to that channel. Join us tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm trying to figure out if we'll go live for the name reveal or if we'll make a video about it.
I'm happy for both. I mean, you can watch it. Maybe, I don't know. I'm down to stay up and watch it with you.
I'll put it in Discord and we'll see what people want.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out, but that's going to be interesting. But yeah, make sure you like this video. You subscribe to this channel. This is our redraft channel, and then we have a Dynasty channel. Make sure you just subscribe to that. We're putting out a bunch of content over there. We're going to be brainstorming about some content about this channel as well to get some people in the rhythm of redraft as well. Yeah. You know? But yeah.
All right.
All love, yo.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow, or maybe 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, on the Dynasty
for the
channel.
Reveal of the Washington
or
Commanders.
that.
All right,
love,
guys.
y'all.
Catch you later.